I love the outside here so much. I decided to share some of my old, what I call extended hands with you outside. You might have to listen to a bullfrog or two, but you might find this very interesting. This is one of my first ones, and it's just basically all fingers move simultaneously. If you can see this, I took just a standard clamp you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. Fishing rod, made some parts out of wood, used reinforced PVC tubing, just some fabric. This twine here is this real high strength, high molecular weight polyethylene fishing line. You need something that doesn't stretch, something like Kevlar, steel, or something like this stuff, or else when you put any load on it, it'll just stretch and won't give you any kind of contraction force at all. But the way I made these things, they're all a little bit different. This one, you can see I made them so that the fingers will contract like this when you put tension on this. Just simple rubber bands to take them back into the extended mode. This is not a really good hand, but it does work to some extent. Sometimes the fingers get a little bit congested, but that's basically how that one works. This is the left-handed version. It's made a little bit different. You can see it. I've got basically black sand. You could use any kind of acrylic or polycarbonate, wouldn't matter. But I got some wholesale graphite reinforced golf club shafts to make these things out of. This is a glove here. Just any old glove will work. All these things have shin guards on them. This arrangement here just allows you to get some thumb movement. And this one, the thumb doesn't work quite as well as some of the others, but I got two position movement the way I've done this. The idea is the thumb moves this way, and then it also will bend and contract. But these are a cheap way to make a robotic type hand. This is a right-handed version of the same thing I just showed you. And again, if you look very closely, you can see how it's made. Cheap way to make a hand. This glove, I've got these high strength monofilament, or not monofilament, it's actually like a very fine braid fishing line there. And this gives you the thumb movement here. And I drilled holes in it just to reduce some of the weight. Again, a shin guard and just some Velcro here to help hold it on. But again, it does work. Simple device. This is a little bit different version. This one, instead of a fiberglass or a graphite reinforced tube, I just plain used a piece of wood, which you can get out obviously any hardware store or whatever. I like this style of hand here a little bit better. I used a pad, like the kind of pads you put down and like tile to walk on to comfort, for foot comfort, like when you're standing in one spot for a long time. This particular one, see if yellow fabric, is a Kevlar fabric. I used it for extra strength. These are just craft type, probably polypropylene tubes, similar to a drinking straw or a Swizzle stick, and but that's how this one works. In this case, the thumb doesn't oppose as well as it should, just because of the design of it, as some of these others, but it does move pretty well. And I like the way this glove feels. It feels really better than those other ones that I had. Okay, this is another version, a very similar hand on the end, if you see it. This thumb opposes a little better than that last one. This one's a little stiff. I haven't used these things in many years. I actually got them out last weekend and replaced the rubber bands. They deteriorated, and just got them where they basically work. This glove is made a little bit different than the others. In this case, the strings are being pulled from the back side of the hand. I decided I'd try that, see how that works. It does work. I don't like it as well as when the strings pull from this side though. I think you'd be better off like that last one I showed you, where they pull from this side. Now, this one is one of my favorite. The nice thing about this kind of idea is, if you'll notice, this hand size is much smaller. You basically can reduce or magnify your hand. In this case, I made a basically a 1/2 size version of my right hand, and it's kind of neat. And and you know, you could put actuators on here, but I thought these would be good if you were to do wanted to. You could use them as for handling things. You know, obviously would want to make something a little more durable than these. These were just testing out various prototypes. So, hope you got something out of this. There's all kinds of ways you can do this sort of thing. And this was a lot of fun when I did this. It's been quite a few years since I made these. And just thought I'd go ahead and share with you some other things that I've done. Some books that I've written. This is a novel, science fiction novel, Brown Mountain Lights and the Mesozoic Phoenix, published in iUniverse. You can get it off of Amazon. This is a short story I wrote. It's published on Amazon's Kindle. This is a short story that is now complete. It'll be published on Amazon's Kindle within the next couple weeks. They're all basically got some science fiction elements to them, and you might find them interesting. Thank you.